Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leanna and today I am going deep dive into the Helpsy source box that I showed you the other day. We're going to talk about what I got, how many items were damaged. We're going to talk about the cost to bring it into Canada, and all of the good stuff. We're going to get into the nitty gritty here. I do want to first talk about why I chose the box I did. Now, I've never ordered from Helpsy Source before, so I didn't want to make the risk huge. So I didn't want to buy a $200 or $300 or $400 box just in case, even though I did hear some good things about the company. So that's just me. I like to keep my risk kind of low. And you know what? When you risk low, you don't really gain high, right? So that's okay. I chose that box for the price. I also chose it because I happen to like Reebok. And I also chose it because New Year's is coming up and activewear does sell much better at the end of December, beginning of January. That's another reason that I wanted to do it. And now this way I don't have to spend the time going to thrift stores and hoping to find good things to sell. So I knew going in that Reebok was sort of a mall brand or a middling type brand, and I was not going to be making thousands of dollars in profit on this box. I knew that going in. I wasn't looking for that. I was looking to see what the process was like, see what the quality of the items was like, and to see how much it would actually cost me, especially being a Canadian. You know, in my whole career of being a reseller, I did once, and this is about 5 years ago, and I don't remember the company, and it was a Canadian company, and I did order a similar type thing from them. I think it was much bigger because it came in 2 boxes, but it was much more expensive. I think it was close to $500, right, Paul? If you remember? Yeah. So it was about $500, and it was a horrible experience. I probably maybe broke even with that box. A lot of the items still had their security tags on. Some were ripped. Some were like stepped all over, like beyond fixing. So I had a really bad experience. So this time I just really wanted to suss out the company and see what they were about, and to just satisfy curiosity and to see what it was doing, make sure the quality was there. So we are going to get into the prices and the cost, what I did, because I was really happy with that. But to start you off, I will say I ended up getting 40 pieces. All 40 are pretty much sellable. I have two t-shirts, I believe, that have tiny little stains. Just tiny, like really tiny. And that's okay. I can wash them because I was planning to wash things anyway. And 4 things really didn't have sizes on them, not that I could see in the quick sort of look through that I did, but that's not a huge issue for me. I will just add measurements and compare it to something that does have a size, so I'm not really concerned about that. But honestly, all 40 are sellable, and that's how I'm approaching it, so I'm really happy with that. I was happy with the quality I got. I'm happy with the sizes I got, but we'll get into that. You're wanting to know about the cost. I know that's sort of number one thing. So the box itself cost $90 USD. And I actually paid in United States fund, or that's how you say it, right? I did pay in American dollars because I do happen to have an American account that is in the United States. I have it for my Posh US. I have a Visa debit, so I paid using that. So I didn't have to worry about the exchange rate at that time. So the box itself cost $90. The shipping to ship it to my cross-border shipper, Helpsy, which is like Stallion, cost $19.24. That's not bad. It actually came from Pennsylvania, and I do believe that they have a few warehouses across the country, and so you'll know all that when you go to buy and you put in your address. They'll tell you what the shipping is. So it cost me a total of $109.24 USD. Like I said, I paid in US money, so that was good. However, if I was going to do an exchange, so the exchange rate as of today, because it changes, it fluctuates, would have cost me $147.73, just to see the difference. At $109.24, I believe that it ends up being, where is my math? I had $2.73 per piece USD. Not bad. For Canada, it ended up, okay, so I'll talk about Canada in a second because I have to add in what it cost me with Shipsy. So Shipsy is with Stallion, and they provide you with a U.S. address. You can have things shipped there, and they bring it across the border for you, and it will go to whatever branch of Stallion that you want. I have mine going to London because we go there anyway. You can get it shipped to your house from Stallion, but that's going to be an extra cost for you. So one of the things I was concerned about was duty costs and taxes and how much is it going to cost me to bring it across the border. So Shipsy charges here in Ontario $7.99 for anything up to 10 pounds, plus 45 cents per pound after that. Yes, so this box was a 30-pound box. It's a little bit different for BC, for British Columbia, for Quebec. It's a little bit different. Same sort of formula. I think it's $8.99 for them, not $7.99. So it ended up costing me in total with tax, with the weight. There was no duty on this, and I don't know if it was because it was only $90, whether it was because it was used goods. I'm not sure because I didn't look that closely, but I was really happy there was no duty. But it ended up costing me $35.58 to get it shipped from New York across the border to London, Ontario, for a total of $183.31. That's as of the 27th today with the exchange rate. So that would have meant $4.58 per piece. So the process itself, super simple, and didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. I was concerned it would take weeks and weeks, like a couple of weeks, and it didn't. It maybe took, so it took from the 18th, and then I picked it up on the 26th. However, because it went to New York on the 18th. I picked it up on the 26th. However, it was in London on the 24th, just after Paul had left the cross-border shipper. So it was like, but that's not bad. I was very happy with that. And it was there on Thursday when I went and I picked it up. No issues whatsoever. You do have to pay for it before you can pick it up. You have to do that online, which I did once everything was over the border, just in case there was any more issues or anything needed to be added. But they do give you an estimate, so you know before you bring it over how much it pretty much is going to cost you, just so you know. So to get this box here to my home, except for my gas and my time, to get it to London, cost me $183.31. So I'm not unhappy with that. $4.58 per piece. So that's not bad. That's 40 pieces of stuff that I can list. I'm really impressed with the quality, meaning that it is secondhand. I did get 2 new with tags items. I am impressed that it didn't really smell bad, like, that thrift store smell. I will be washing stuff anyway, but there were no rips. There was only those 2 little stains, and like I said about the tags, but everything seemed to be pretty good. It wasn't a lot of pilling, loose threads, things like that. Everything seemed to be pretty good. I was really, really impressed with that. So I'm really happy with Helpsy Source for this box. So far, so good. Happy. Sizes. So I was a little concerned that I would be getting like a ton of extra smalls. I did end up getting 5 extra small pieces, and I had 12 small pieces. But one of the small pieces, 2 of the small pieces are actually a set, a top and a pair of leggings. So I'm going to sell them probably together and hopefully make a little bit more money. I ended up getting 12, make sure my math is right, 11 mediums, 4 larges, 4 extra larges or a plus size, so I got 1 plus size. And I had the 2 bras that were unmarked. One is definitely a small or an extra small, and the other one probably a large. And I had 2 pairs of pants. And again, I think one is a small or an extra small, and the other one might be a medium or a large. So I'm happy with the distribution of sizes. I was expecting to get smalls and extra smalls. They do have a plus size box. I did consider doing that one as well, but I'm not mad at this. This is not horrible, even though I know it does take longer for smaller sizes to sell. So comp wise. So I did do comps on Posh Canada and on Posh US, and they're kind of the same pretty much, except for shorts. Some shorts sell a little bit more on Posh Canada for like 25, depending on what they are. Now I did not check every single style, so this is a general comp search. And you know what? Yeah, they're not going to be selling for $50. They're not that type of an item. And I knew that going in before I actually purchased, so just so you know. But what I did comp-wise and profit-wise, it's like, what if I could only sell each item for $10? That's it, just $10 sales, which I'm not going to do because I don't like selling things for $10. So on Posh Canada, for a $10 sale, I believe they take away $3.95. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what they take away. So that means that I have $6.05 earnings per item, right? Which is not a lot of profit for sure. I'm just going to take my, okay, so 605 minus 4.58. It's $1.47 in profit, which is not a lot. And it's not something I want to do, but it's still profit. Except for my time and my packing materials and my gas to take things, just to be transparent. On Posh US, if I sell it for $10, they only take $2.95, so I'm earning $7.05. And my cost of goods was lower on Posh US, so $7.05 minus $2.73 was shipping. And to bring it over to Canada, I forgot that part. If I convert it all, yeah, so $3.39. I'll explain that in a second. So $3.66 in earnings in profit. So the math there, I did the whole order, including the Canadian shipping, and I just converted it, and just to give us more of an idea. So in some ways, things are better off selling on Posh US because I will be getting more money, and that will translate to more because I will be exchanging it for Canadian dollars. So that's okay. That is the worst case scenario, and will I probably end up maybe having to donate a few in a year? Maybe. I'm not trying to, see through rose-colored glasses here. I realize that some of these things may not sell. They're too small, they're too, out of style, whatever it is. But I think there's enough good pieces in here that I will definitely make my money back and make a little bit of profit. But I knew that going in. I knew that that's what I was going for because I wanted to see the quality of the box. I wanted to see, now they say that 15%, if more than 15% of the items are unsellable, that they will, talk about refunds or, giving you something else. So, okay, I have that written down because I wanted to talk to you about that. So what they talk about unsellable, they're not talking about things that maybe are missing a button or, here we go, small washable stains. So I know I got 2 stains and they're washable because I know that. Minor runs or maybe a little hole in the seam that is easily fixed. Now, I wasn't expecting a lot of these things because of the nature of the box. If I was getting like a box of men's dress shirts, missing buttons might be a thing. And a missing button, depending on where it is, you can maybe fix it or it might be not fun to have because I don't like fixing things. So I was really, really impressed with my quality that I got in a sense of condition. I'm really happy with that. Would I order from them again? Yeah, Definitely, because you know what? There's lots of different things that you can keep in mind if you want to use a service like this. Number one, if you are under the gun and you just can't get out of your house to go sourcing, if you are a parent that has children at home that the only time you have to source is either late at night when they're in bed or whatever, this will bring it to your home, or you just go pick it up. And it's a little bit easier to get product and inventory than going to multiple thrift stores. If you are somebody that has mobility issues and going to a thrift store really takes it out of you, it's another way to get inventory. Now, they do have other boxes. So I put my notes away, but I was going to tell you about... that's not it. Here we go. Sorry. So they did have, so they're secondhand boxes, and this is right now at time of filming, so take that with a grain of salt. They have a J. Crew box, an American Eagle box, a plus size box, a Aritzia secondhand box. They're all 40 pieces. The J. Crew is $140 USD, so $350 a piece. The American Eagle is $100 USD. With $250 a piece, and I contemplated getting that box, but American Eagle doesn't sell for me, and it's probably the styles I have access to, but I have a hard time selling it. So I have that mental block about it. But that's a pretty good box. 40 pieces for $100. That's really good. Their plus size box was $160, but it's on sale right now, so it's $176 normally. So right now it's about $4 a piece, which is not bad. There was a couple of brands in there that just don't sell well for me, like Cider and Lane Bryant. So I wasn't sure. I looked at it, so I might go back and revisit it. The Aritzia is $360 for 40 pieces, which is about $9 a piece. But it's Aritzia, and if you can get good sizes, it might be a good one. They have other ones like Everlane, new with tags, new without tags for $500, which is $12.50 a piece. And they also have one that is Revolve brands for $240, which is about $6 a piece. That's without shipping. That's without bringing it into Canada. But they have a lot of boxes. And I do believe they even do pallets and stuff. So, if you're looking for a way to get different kinds of inventory, or maybe get access to brands you don't have access to, or if you just don't have the time to go sourcing, or you just don't have the wherewithal to get out of the house and do whatever, it might be a really good alternative. This is something that I'm going to keep in mind when it's snowing and blizzarding out and I just don't want to get out, or if whatever's happening and I don't have time to get out. So I will definitely be keeping them on my back burner, because I'm really, really happy with what I got. The process was super easy to deal with. Being a Canadian, I was really impressed with Helpsy. Now, you do have to have access to a stallion, so it's not across the country. I believe it's only in Quebec, Ontario, and BC at the moment, so keep that in mind. But also, if you live closer to the border, you might be able to figure something else out. So I was really happy with Helpsy. I was very happy with the price it cost me. I'm really happy with the quality that I ended up getting in my box. And I'm looking forward to getting it listed. Somebody had commented on the last video that most of it's going to be super easy to list, as it is. Shorts, pants are so easy to photograph and get gone. So I'm excited. I'm going to wash everything up. Well, it's tomorrow, but today, Saturday, and start getting it listed next week. Shall I put a challenge on myself and say everything that's going to get listed from this box will be listed by the end of next week? Hold me to it. Anyway, that is it for today. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.